Live in full effect, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Real Cannabis Entrepreneur in effect, baby. Round 3, recap number 3, webinar in the building, man. Big up to everybody in the building. What's up? Showtime, y'all. It's election day. We had to come do it on election day, ladies and gentlemen. It's an important day in the fabric of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. In cannabis, man, you know we had a bumpy road when it comes to politics and what's to come. So this is a very important day, ladies and gentlemen. You know we had to do it. I was going to push it to another day, but I said, nope, today's the day. We're going to do it on election day, baby. We're going to keep it popping on our Tuesdays, baby, and let's go. This is a very important one. November 5th in the building. No, Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, fresh off the conference, October 18th and 19th. Everybody in the building, it was off the hook. If you missed it, baby, you missed the big one, baby. This one was off the hook, ladies and gentlemen, man. This one was something special, I tell you. Psychedelics. Real Canna Psychedelics, man, in the building, you know what I mean? We have now elevated, man. Latiana in the building. What's up, Latiana? Always here on the check-in. Big up to you, Valerie, TACFO Accounting, baby. Over there in Cali. Valerie, I know you're in Cali. Where are you, Valerie, now? Because you move around a little bit, too. So, I think she's in Cali. But she's always in. Class is lit, my guy. Always in effect. Always here, man. My international family here, man. Dubai and everywhere else, my man, is. I don't know where you might be today. But big up to you, man. Always on the check-in. Everybody else that's here, man, make sure you put your name in the comment. Make sure you put your name in when you first log in so I know who you are and I can respond back to you, man. Throw it up in the chat. Let me know where you're from. I'll blow you up, man. I'm a marketer by trade. I own a 30-year-old digital market agency. So when I do these webinars, guess what, guys? I'm not your normal talking head that's going to sit here and it's all about us. It's all about you, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you guys to throw up your businesses. I want you to throw up your URLs. I want you to tell everybody what it is that you do in the building, because this is where connections are made. And that's what we do at Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, baby. We're all about making connects. Canna connects, baby. Canna connects. Yes. Big up, Latiana. Big up. Always here for the great info. And we're going to keep it coming. More of it going. Happy election day, Valerie. Let's go. Class is lit. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to waste too much time today, man, because we got a lot of content that we're going to squeeze in here, man. We got some very important guests today. We got Max Juhasz, dope SEO in the building. Y'all saw him on stage, man, tearing it up, giving you the real deal about how to rank SEO, baby, how to get your SEO popping and make sure that you get that bread. One of our number one weapons in cannabis, period, is SEO. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, we can't run paid ads so frequently. We can, but it's a process. And the number one weapon is SEO. And that's the reason why I had to get my man Max. You guys know I'm an SEO guy as well, but I only invite other individuals that I know as the truth, right? And I'm not as greedy. I'm going to share the wealth, share the stages, share the information. And that's the reason why I bought my guy Max, man, a really good guy. Guys, you're going to see him on stage here. Dope SEO in the building. You know what I'm saying? Then we got Chris Reid in the building, Kova in the building, baby. Always supporting, man. Big up to them, Kova, always making it happen. You know what I'm saying? And y'all saw Chris Reid, man, on stage, man, and he gave us some real insight, real in-depth insight, because remember, Kova runs almost like 60% of all of the dispensaries in the U.S. and Canada are running on Kova, so they got a big database of information, ladies and gentlemen, all types of secret info that only they know, and they will share it with us at Real Canna, guys. So we're going to hear some of that from Chris today, guys. You want to hear the realness of what's going on with some of these dispensaries in different towns and countries, and I mean, not towns, countries, yes, towns, cities, because it is Canada and U.S., guys. Chris is here to shed some of that light on us for it, man. So it's going to be dope. You know what I mean? Maria, what's up, Maria, in the building? Scout City. What's up, Maria? Welcome to the Real Canna family. Rashid, what's up, brother? What's going on? All right, Victorious Gardens. We're here and ready for that good information. That's what's up, Rashid. Victorious Gardens in the building, baby. Let's go. Rashad, let me know where you at in the process, man. Where you at in the process of getting that license and everything else, man. I'm tying some things together, and I'm going to create some other ways for us to all network and do some bigger things, bigger business together, guys. So it's imperative that you guys share the information. If you're in the licensing process and you're about to go live, or you are already live, or you're a little ways from going live, you need to contact me. Shoot me an email. Let me know, because I'm developing something larger for for all of us to network and poly and do some things on a bigger level. So guys, I don't know, I can't remember everybody. Sometimes I can't keep up. So just shoot me an email. Any one of the emails, marketing emails that you get from me, just reply to them. Any one of them will get back to me. My team will get them back to me, guys. Reply back to me. Make a good subject line so I know what it's about. But any of you guys getting ready to go live, working on going live, maybe some months from going live, hit me up, man. There's some things that we got to do. All right, next up, who we got? Tom Spooner in the building, baby. Our ATM guy. Always representing Dispensary Propay, ladies and gentlemen, man. One of our top dog supporters since day one, man. Big up to Tom Spooner. Always representing, always putting it down. Always here supporting independent cannabis in the building, guys. If you need ATMs, holla at Tom. He's the guy, man. If you need payment processing, guys, he's the guy. Tom Spooner, man. He's been in payment processing longer than many of us been on the planet. And you saw him on stage as well at the Real Cannabis Psychedelics Conference, baby. So hit up Tom, man. Big up to you, Tom. What's up, Teresa Panacea in the building, baby. Panacea Payroll, baby. Panacea Payroll. Y'all saw her on last week, man. And Teresa, man, big up to them at Panacea Payroll. One of the best in HR and payroll in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Guaranteed, man. That's the reason why I have them at my conferences. One of our supporters since day one. There's no one who does what they do. And they have so many additional things that they're adding to the repertoire to help you with employee retention, guys. Employee retention, one of the biggest problems we got in cannabis. Yeah, but guess what? HR and payroll can help you retain those employees when you got some things that other people don't. So you need to contact Panacea Payroll because they're the ones who are going to put you digging. All right, make it stand out. Big up, big up, big up. Maddie in the building. What's up, Paragon Payroll in the building? What's up, my guy? Always here making it happen, man. Big up to you, Matt. Always got to blow you up, brother. Always got to blow you up. You know what I mean? Because he's always representing. Taliba in the building. What's up, Taliba? That's right, baby. Y'all still plugging in on election day. I thought we was going to have a week one today. Oh, yeah, y'all still here. We going hard. That's what's up. What's up, Talib in the building? What's up in the building? All right, Rashid, you in build out. Make sure you shoot me an email, man, so we can talk ASAP. Joe Lemon, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Big up to you, Joe. Shoot me an email as well, man. We got to touch base. All my people going through for licenses and everything else, man. Hit me up ASAP. I got a big thing I'm launching to help us all network and do some additional things to help everybody go faster, share information and resources, guys. So email me ASAP. Okay. All right. Sandy in the building, one of my longtime mastermind members. Big up to Sandy, Coconuts and Cannabinoids, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to St. Vincent, the Caribbean. I told y'all we international at Real Canna, man. We just don't do it about Jersey, New York, tri-state, but it's worldwide, man. We got people plugging in from Cali, from Colorado, from Oregon. My guy Sandy here from St. Vincent. He's always plugged in from the Caribbean. One of my mastermind members as well. Virgin Islands in the building. South Africa in the building. Dubai in the building. Yo, yeah, man. Big up. All right, Jaleesa, Signature 5 Lounge. Big up to them, man. Y'all saw them doing it big, man. Had a big event at the THC Museum. Big up to Jaleesa and them, man. Always coming through representing, man. Super dope people, man. You got to check them out, guys. Signature 5 Lounge. They're doing some dope events in the city, New York, guys. So we're going to do some things, man. I'm going to make sure that you get information about what they're doing. They came through to represent at the Real Canna Conference. So big up, Jaleesa. What's up? And Zach in the building. Big up, Zach. All right, y'all. All right, I took a lot of time there, so I'm going to shorten up, man. And we got Josh Krane in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the backstage right there. Josh Krane, baby. Y'all saw him tear it up on stage, man. Gave you some super inspirational talks, man, talking about what he went through, talking about what you do in the start, in the middle, and the end. And he's still continuing to roll, and he tied it all into psychedelics and what he's doing in cannabis. Garden Greens in the building. Some of the most banging bud we got out here in NJ all day, man, and I didn't even know it was my guy, Josh. I didn't even know it was him. You know what I'm saying? That's how small of a world it is, man. I taste everybody's stuff and don't even know it. That is one of my friends that was actually producing all of the goodies, man. So big up to Josh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get into a quick couple of announcements, and then we're going to rock and roll. Guys, if you missed the Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference, guys, you just missed Chris Reid. You missed Joshua Krane. You missed Thunder. You missed Max. You missed all of them on stage, guys. You got to make sure that you are on our list. You got to pay attention for next year. You got to pay attention for some of the additional events that we're about to pop off in the spring, as well as coming up at the end of the year, guys. So make sure that you pay attention to email. Make sure you mark it as not spam and put my address in your contact book. That's the only way Google's going to keep it out of the other tab, the spam tab. You got to add the email address to your contact book on Google. Google it. All right. Next up. Anybody, all my dispensary owners in the building, don't let your grand openings fall flat like we've been seeing some of the other guys out here doing. Call us, borrow our swag, guys. I have the largest database of cannabis professionals, advocates, investors, influencers, everybody in New Jersey, guys, over 30,000. If you want to get it popping, borrow my swag, man. Just get me to do the marketing for you. I'll pack it out. You saw me pack out Evolve. It was the most packed grand opening we had in New Jersey. Did one for September 5, did another one. So, guys, just hit me up, man. Go to realcannamarketing.com. If you're a dispensary owner and you're ready to get your grand opening popping and you need the full-fledged, we do all the marketing, we attract all the people. I come down, I host it, I make it dope, I bring our DJs, bring our food vendors, bring everything there, guys. Borrow our swag, guys. Just go to realcannamarketing.com, man, and we'll get it popping and make sure that your grand opening is not dead. All right. Next announcement, man. Private Cannabis Mastermind Group, ladies and gentlemen. You hear me talk about it quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. I started this back in 2018. It was only 6 members, including Guy Tano, including Dr. David, including Kem B, including some of the other big dogs that are doing it now, doing it on a whole nother level. But I started it back in 2018, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the group, man, that I knew what the cannabis needed, right? Because you come to the conference, you get all excited, and then you go home and you sit there and say, oh shit, now what do I do, right? That's what the mastermind group is all about, ladies and gentlemen. People always ask me, Gary, how did you stay in business 30 years? I own a 30-year digital marketing agency. I outlasted almost everybody that started with me. Everyone continually always asks me, Gary, how did you outlast everybody? And I consistently give them the same answer. I say it was because I was not afraid to invest in myself, to put myself around people who were smarter than me, going bigger, faster, stronger than me all the time, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way that I did it. When I was in my 20s, I was learning from the guys that were in their 50s and 60s, and they were giving me the game. And this is how you're going to get the game in cannabis, guys. We started it with 6 people, and now we're up to 186 cannabis professionals all across the nation and planet. We got people in 17 different countries in our mastermind group. We share resources. We share information. We share all types of things and work on each other's business challenges, guys. Cannabis moves way too fast to try to do this by yourself. You really do need a tribe, guys. And that's the reason why I started the mastermind group. It's a private group. It's a paid group. You got to be about that life to get in the group, guys. We make sure you go through a full vetting process, including an interview with myself to make sure that you are a good fit for our mastermind. But if you are, ladies and gentlemen, if you're serious about really getting your cannabis business off the ground, if you're really serious, only if you're serious, go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind, okay? realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind, ladies and gentlemen. Go there. We only open up applications 2 times a year, including 1 time for the conference, guys. But since you guys are hanging out with me on the webinar, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you guys a shot as well. And we're getting up over 30 folk, man, in the middle of the day on election day. That's what's up. Everybody in here checking in. I thought we were going to have a little sparse crowd today because people were very distracted with the election, but they're still here, ladies and gentlemen. They want to see Thunder. Thunder's in the building, baby. She just arrived. They want to see Max Juhasz. They want to see him. He just arrived. Josh Krane in the building and Chris Reid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into it. Let's go. I did a lot of yapping this morning. Brent, that's right. Brent is so serious. My guy Brent is in the group, man. Big up to Brent, another one of my mastermind members. Big up to you, Brent Holloman, man. Big up Black Straw Farms, man. He's always doing something dope. Election day, Lord help me. I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean, man. This is a pivotal day, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to wake up, man. It's time to freaking wake up. Everybody better wake up right now because it's about to go down. It is election day, guys. We got to put the thinking caps on. We got to galvanize. We got to start strategizing, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know what's about to happen. But one thing for sure will happen. The unification of the cannabis industry will create nothing but additional strength for us and ability to roll. And that's what I'm here for, ladies, is to get us on the same accord. So we're going to start this one off strong, baby. So I'm going to bring in my guy, Chris Reid from Kova in the building. Kova's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. One of the dopest POSs out there for the cannabis industry. You saw him on stage, like I said. He's one of the only guys that has the behind-the-scenes data, information that only they're collecting. It's not shared anywhere. So I always get Chris and I pick his brain, guys, but I get him here for you so that you can also get a bit and piece of what's going on, truly what's happening behind the Iron Curtain when it comes to some of these dispensaries. And that's what Chris is here for, ladies and gentlemen. Cove in the building. They always support, always look out. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what we do at Real Canna. We can't clap for them, so y'all know what I need y'all to do. Y'all know what I need y'all to do. Get them C's on the chat. Everybody hit the C's on the chat. Put the C's in the chat for Chris right now. C. Let's go. Put the C's in the chat for Chris right now. Get him hyped, y'all, so we can get him on. Put the C's in the chat right now. Let's go. We got him smiling, y'all. Let's go. He's backstage smiling. Let's go. C's in the chat. Good, big up, Brent. Big up, Jaleesa. Big up, Maddie T. Let's go, baby. Clap it up. Clap it up. My guy, Chris Reid. What's up here, Chris?
How you doing, Gary? It's good to be here.
Yes, sir. Good to have you here, brother. Back again. Jersey. Chris just left Jersey, back in Colorado. But, brother, thank you, man, for always representing, always supporting independent cannabis, always coming through and shining the light, man. So big up to you, Chris. Before I say anything and we go into a little depth, man, I want you to let the people know who haven't heard of Cova, who might have been under a rock, don't know what it is. I want you to tell them a little bit about who you are and what Cova does, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Gary. So my name is Chris Reid, head of sales and partnerships for Cova Software. We're the number one point of sale across North America. We do have a good deal of share in Canada as well. And we're in most of the U.S. markets at this point. Extremely excited about what's going on in New Jersey, although definitely understand that people have had some of those roadblocks and impediments. We always caution to be on the lookout for them. They've been a bit extreme in the Northeast lately. So it's all the more important to be working with quality vendors. And I'm very biased. We're not the only one out there, though. So just my big takeaway that I'll put out there right at the beginning: check out your options. Don't believe everything everyone says. Make sure you're vetting a few different systems. Anyone who says that they're everything to everyone at this stage in the game, they're lying to someone. You don't want to be the one they're lying to. So make sure that you hold people accountable and make them prove what they're about.
Yes, sir, man. Big up, Cova, man. And that's a really great way to start, man. Make sure that you guys, you check out everything before you take the dive. And that's what we're experiencing. We're seeing a whole bunch of people who took the dive and now they're regretting some of the dives that they've taken because they got suckered by some free offers and other things to go into some systems that weren't as sound. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, Chris. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you dropped on stage, man, that really blew our minds in terms of the real statistics, the real data, and some of the things that you shared on stage that really shook everybody up. So I just want to talk start on that subject, man. And I want you to kind of go back and give us some of the most important points, some of the most thoughtful points that you had on stage, man. What was some of the most impactful things that you brought to light?
Yeah, so we talked a lot about leveraging data. And one of the things that I really encourage people, if we look at this as kind of a broad stroke, is use data to challenge your own assumptions, right? Because everyone is guilty of self-deception at some point in time, but it's impossible to spot by nature, right? So you need to have something holding you accountable for that like proclivity that we all have. So what I mean by that is, one of the examples I gave is when we go in, we do seminars in new states. We do these seminars. We come in, we provide education all day. It's a free thing. We're not charging for it, but we get a lot of time to chat with prospective and existing dispensary operators. One of the things we'll ask is, hey, how do you tell who your top producing bud tender or employee is? And 9 times out of 10, people will say it's the person with the highest number next to their total sales, right? Who's selling the most revenue or who's generating the most revenue? The challenge I put on that is, do you know how much they're discounting? Because if they're taking away from your margins on every single transaction, you've got another bud tender that's not doing that in close in sales volume, but they're not discounting everything that they're doing. That number 2 is actually your number 1 performer. They're the one that's not devaluing your brand. They're the ones that making you the most profit per transaction, not just putting up the best looking numbers, right? Another way that I challenge people to use data to challenge your own assumptions is, are you stocking to your own preference or are you stocking to the demographics that your business is there to serve? right? Especially when we see folks coming from legacy, they'll say, well, I know weed and I know what my customers want. Fair. I guarantee you they're right. Is that still your target clientele? Or has that shifted? Are you opening somewhere that's going to be catering to mostly people who never would have come to you in your legacy operation? And if so, what are the products that they're most interested in? Right? If we're stocking to our own taste, then we might be missing our core target demographics in terms of products that we're bringing into our shop.
I gotta stop you right there, Chris, because that's such a dynamic point that you made right there, brother. I gotta double down on that, ladies and gentlemen, because as a marketer, that's one of the most invaluable lessons that I learned early on in my marketing career, that you never let your own preferences get in the way of marketing. You will entirely destroy your business by taking your own, what you think, what you like, basing it all on that, guys, is a recipe for disaster in marketing. Because why? Everyone's different. So why? You have to cater your marketing message to the people that you're targeting. So never, as marketers, we say all the time, we don't try to guess about it. We don't guess, we just test. That's literally one of our slogans. We don't guess, we just test it to see what's going to work, because your biases will mess you up as a business owner. But go ahead,
and if you're pre-operational, there's U.S. Census data available, right? So find out in your area, what kind of disposable income are people working with? Are you going to have people that are in there targeting the higher priced products? That's great, right? Look at what's the composition? Who are the people that are living around you? If you're out in suburbia, you probably want to stock up on your edibles, topicals, and in the summer, beverages. That's another thing. Look for seasonality of products, and the data will tell you that. Beverages are going to sell 2 to 1 in the summer compared to the winter. It's hot out. People want to grab one of those and hit the links, right? So make sure that you're looking at the flow of your product. Do certain product categories fall off? Do they jump up, right? Like, tell you, if you're carrying a THC-based lubricant, you're going to see sales spike in late January, early February, right? It's just how it is.
Yeah.
And then know your outlier days, right? Be able to anticipate, look at the industry and be able to anticipate the days that you're going to want to stock up for. Obviously 420 is a big one. A lot of times folks will overlook the day before Thanksgiving. We call it Green Wednesday. Black Friday is a big day. So make sure that you have a little bit of a buffer in terms of your inventory levels for those days. But going back to that other point, about stocking to preference, you can always get your own bud, right? And you can leverage the relationships you have with your vendors to get your own supply. We all have those products that we love, but if it's not selling in your store, you don't need to carry it in your store.
Yes, man. That is great information, Chris. You're just dropping it down. I'm over here just absorbing it all, my brother. But I got one more. I got another question for you, man, because this is a big one. All of our dispensary owners always want to figure this one out. What are some of the most effective methods at increasing your basket average order size, average order value? As a marketer, that's one of our top priorities, ladies and gentlemen, is to get people to spend more money, not just come into the store more, but also spend more money. So Kova has some of this secret data, y'all. Pay attention to this. This is a loaded question. So Chris, let us know, man, how do they increase their average order value?
Well, there's a number of ways. I would say the first one is be service minded, right? So leverage technology that can help you with this as well. And that is a shameless self-plug, although we're not the only point of sale that's going to give you this functionality. But work with a system that's going to give you some insight into who is walking into your dispensary, especially if you're high volume and you're not going to just by sight know every single one of your customers. Have a system in place that's going to allow you, when they say it's okay, to store their information, store their preferences, store their transaction history. So they walk in and you can say, hey, I know you really like that Death Star. We just got a fresh drop. Want to make sure that you're checking that out, right? That's going to help you establish that rapport and that trust. And then they're going to be more open-minded to suggestions that you make. Another thing that you're really going to want to make sure you're using is a point of sale that's going to let you know how close you are to that customer's purchase limit as you're putting products in the cart, so that your staff can upsell that customer, but do it in a way where they're not about to break their heart. If someone's only got a couple grams left, you don't want to get them stoked on that 8. That's 3.5 grams. They're going to be over their purchase limit. They can't buy that. Right. So instead, you're going to want to push those infused pre-rolls or those pre's, right? You're going to want to get them stoked on a lighter if they're already at their purchase limit, right? So just make sure that you're not setting yourself up for failure by hyping up a product that they can't. Then they're faced with the dilemma: all right, what do I take out of my cart to buy this product? That's not what we're looking for. So all of that is extremely important. And then systems that are going to let you know what they've bought in the past, right? So I mentioned transaction history too. A lot of times, if that product really hits, they might forget what it was. So be able to remind them, or if they didn't like it, be able to remind them what that was so they don't repeat that purchase.
Right. Excellent answer, Chris. Excellent, bro. Excellent. That was some good stuff, y'all. I hope y'all were paying attention to that, man. He just dropped down a whole lot of invaluable tips very quickly, man. Great points. That's right. Zach says great points, man. The profit margin. Yes. Love the clients. Yes. Everybody's bigging you up. Everybody's agreeing with all the points that you're making here, Chris. That was super dope, man. But listen, before I let you go, I appreciate you always taking the time to come here, Real Canna represent. I want to first, lastly, ask you your opinion about the Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference, the Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference, 2024, Newark, New Jersey. Chris was on stage, second year, baby. Let me know what you felt about the conference this year.
Man, the energy is great, and people are there. They're serious about what they're doing. They're there to get some real knowledge and to make real connections. I love that. I love that psychedelics was brought into the conference as well. Somebody who's got some trauma in my past that I've used psychedelics to help process, and I can speak to their efficacy. So it's not just about the recreation, although safer recreational intoxicants, if you will, are certainly something that I'm all about, and I think most of us are. The therapeutic value, I mean, I'm talking about stuff that have been resistant to talk therapy for decades, and psychedelic therapy helped me get on top of that and find a way to level up in terms of productivity and my ability to navigate life more seamlessly. So can't speak enough to the fact that you brought that in as well. I just think it's great. The state of New Jersey is representing. They're showing up. They care about this stuff. They care about wellness. They care about, generational wealth and establishing that in communities that have been disproportionately impacted by a war on stuff that never should have existed. It's all about that money. So that's why we have to be profitable. We have to run successful businesses. We have to give back to the community. We have to be education first. We have to be responsible, because that's going to get us more of the freedoms that never should have been taken away.
Absolutely. Very well said, my brother. Big up, Cova. Chris Reid in the building. Cova POS, ladies and gentlemen. If you need to get to them, Chris, how do they get to you? How do they get to Cova? What do they need to do? What's the best way?
Well, I'll drop my contact info in the chat, but it's chrisr@covasoftware.com is my email. You can find me on LinkedIn. Please come connect with me. Shoot me a message there. It's easy to get a hold of me there as well. Anyone who wants my phone number, just ping me and I'll give it to you.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Chris in the building, Cova in the building. Big up, Chris. Thank you so much, man, for appreciating spending the time with us once again, man. Super dope, brother. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I told y'all, man, we got a whole lot of superstars that we got to hurry and get on the stage tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's election day. It's a very important time in the history of this country. So we're going to bring up the other person that you saw, another one that you saw on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Did a super dope talk, man. Really guided you through his entire trajectory of his career. And I like to see when people do that, because, I mean, people see you at the success point. They just think it happened overnight. And they need to understand that there was a whole lot of steps that people took before you saw them in the advantageous position. And that's what he did on stage. My guy, Josh Krane in the building. Garden Greens, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for my man, Josh. Y'all know how we do here at Real Canna. We got to throw the J's in the chat. J's in the chat. Chat right now. Let's go, y'all. Put the J's in the chat right now. J's in the chat right now so I can bring up my man, Josh. Garden Greens in the building, baby. That goodness, baby. Let's go. Let's get him here. Let's go. Big up to you, Teresa Fantasia. Big up, Brett. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him on. My guy, Josh Krane, in the building. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Gary.
How are you, my brother?
Great. I'm great.
I'm glad.
Intro. I want you to follow me around so I can,
and just do intros everywhere you go, right? I'll be your intro guy.
Amazing.
Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate you always taking the time, brother. You are a super busy individual, man, running that huge facility, growing the best green we got in the Garden State, man. And, I'm so glad that we have you here. And before we get started, Josh, real quick, I want you to elaborate, man, because this was your first time. I want to hear from a first timer. What did you think getting on the stage, the Real Canna stage? And y'all don't know, Josh was on the deck. He was on deck for last year as well, but he happened to catch COVID at the same time and we couldn't get him. But he came back dedicated this year, jumped on stage. So, Josh, I want to get your feedback, man. What did you think of the Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference this year?
I didn't know what to expect, before I walked in, but I was really pleased. Like Chris said, really good energy. The people that were there were there for a reason. And when I give talks like that, especially and I really applaud you, by the way, for sort of including psychedelics, because I think that opens up the sharing, right, and the floodgate for people like Chris, who just said, right, like psychedelics have really helped with trauma release and all the rest. And for people like me, where I feel like psychedelics have really reoriented how I feel about business. And so I think you've invited in a little bit of a secret sauce as to what is making some of these things, these big sea changes, work for people. And it was really refreshing to be able to do that. But it's also really difficult to be intimate and honest about some of those things. And so I never know who those are going to be for. And I have to say, there were a number of people that came up to me after I spoke and said, wow, that really moved me, or that really hit me in a place that, where that I needed that message today. And so it was a real honor for me to be able to share for that reason alone, if not just the experience that I had listening to everybody else speak. So it was great.
That's what's up. Big up to you, Josh. Big up to you, brother. So glad you came through, man, and representing. Your talk was super dope, man. So before we get started, real quick, man, for anybody that doesn't know who you are, I want you to give a brief intro, man. Let them know a little bit of the background of all of the great stuff you've been doing at Cannabiz, all of the stuff you're doing now, the stuff you did later, the stuff you did before. Give them a little rundown, man.
My background in weed was I originally started field extracts in California with some partners who can't take all the credit. And we did really well for a while in the California live rosin extraction scene. Won just about every award that there was: Cannabis Cups, Chalice, Masters of Rosin, all the rest. And then spent a tour of duty with an MSO, Forefront, who's more sort of Illinois and Massachusetts these days. So if you're in those markets, you've probably heard of Mission Dispensaries. So I spent some time with them, sort of learning how to scale. And now I was tapped to come run Garden Greens, which is the largest independent cultivator in the state of New Jersey. And a bit of a surprise to me, but now quite of the darling of the industry in terms of reception from consumers, right? Where it's a very popular brand. And you said it earlier, not me. You think some of the best weed in New Jersey, right? I'm
sure.
And so I'm honored when people say that we are their favorite brand or that we are the best weed in the state. Right. But we're very proud of what we're growing and what we're putting out. And certainly we've made ourselves known on the Jersey scene.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big up Garden Greens, baby. Everybody, man, you in any dispensary in New Jersey, man, you're going to see that they got some of the most diverse inventory and diverse number of strains. Like I said, for an independent cannabis producer, man, these guys are pumping it out, man. And I didn't even know. I went and tasted some, bought some, got some. Then I realized it was my boy Josh that was behind it all. And I said, oh my gosh, I can't even believe. But you did it so fast, man. You came on the scene very quickly. You got that operation up and running very fast and quick, man. So I want you to talk a bit about that, Josh. The challenges of going through, getting open, man, and opening up and stuff that you had to do to get a larger facility like that going.
Yeah. So I always think about how I can really help in these type of situations, right? So like when we thought about the conference, I'm not going to get up there and in 10 minutes teach you how to start a weed company. Right.
Right.
So what can I actually give you guys that helps there? Right. And so it's funny that you bring up, right, what we had to go through, because what I really wanted to talk about today was relationships and how important they are in cannabis. And so I'll just immediately say that what got us there that fast was relationships, right? And trying to be really good humans to the industry that we were entering, right? As well as really integrous with everyone along the way, right? So that we could say, you know, we tried our best and we did right by everyone in that process. And I can't help but think that that's actually what got us open so fast and got us established so fast with the market, was just attacking it with a relationship first mentality. Where, you know, I start to really think about, like, what am I bringing to each of these relationships as a human being? And what do I want out of the relationship? And how do I present that in the most integrous way so that my agenda is transparent, but my benefit to the community is larger than my ask of it, right? And so with the CRC, being incredibly open and honest with them about what our plans were, about how our operation worked, about how we are going to report data to them, capture footage for them, adhere to their laws. We've always had a really good relationship with this regulator because it was, you know, candidly, in my experience, the first regulator that was willing to have that level of dialogue with us and willing to listen to what we were trying to do enough so that we could have a real dialogue, as opposed to trying to, you know, work around or work with their framework without their help. And so I'd say at every step of the way, working with CRC to be a good partner, working with our city to be a good partner, working with our contractors to be a good partner, and to be really open and transparent about our expectations at each step of the way, and understanding and listening when they came back to us and said, okay, you know, from building the building all the way through to getting our doors open, right? Everyone has roadblocks, everyone has opinions, right? You have to be able to listen to all of that and to navigate that with grace and with compassion. And right, there's no strong arming your way into being open, right? And so I have to go back to what got us there this fast is relationships, right? And I believe what will keep us there are also going to be relationships. And I'm thrilled that it's been as popular as it has, but I would be just as happy if it wasn't, and we got there at that same level of relationship.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Very well said, my man Josh. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a bigger, he's giving you higher level business concepts there, business theory, guys, and that's what it's all about, man. And you heard me talk about it on stage as well. Relationships are everything. Relationship building is the key to growing a business. Everybody, again, one of the things everybody asks me, Gary, how you been in business 30 years? It's the relationships. All my clients become my friends. People that I did business with 30 years ago, I still talk to them. I still go out with them. I still hang with them. They're still my buddies. Guys, this is the way that you build business. It's not just about business. It's about meeting good people and surrounding yourself with other great people, man. That's how you do it, man. So big up to you, Josh, for elaborating on that, because you're doing it at a very high level. I know you're super busy, man, doing a bunch of big things. But I want to ask, man, what's next for Garden Greens? What's next, man? You guys came in with a roar. You're banging it out. You got a huge inventory. You got all types of diversity coming out. Man, what are you thinking, Josh? Because I know you're a big thinker, man, and you like to think sideways, and we had conversations. I know you're thinking about something different, something new, something I want to know what's in your head, man. What are you thinking lately? What do you see happening?
Well, I think that we're just starting to get to the beginnings of a real market here, right? Yeah. So what's next for us is we will continue to enter market segments that we're not currently in, that we feel like we can have a competitive run at. And so certainly happy to say, you know, we just received our manufacturing license. We will begin to get into.
Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Begin to get into infused pre-rolls and flower, right? We will immediately begin to get into vapes. And we will be looking at other extract market segments to see if we want to, put our toe in or put a brand or a product into those categories so that we, we've maximized our opportunity to bring products that we love to the market, right, in every category. So next you should see infused pre-rolls before you see vapes, but right on its heels, we've got a whole brand of vapes that we'll be launching I'll say Q1, but January if I get my way.
Yeah, let's go, Josh. Let's go, baby. Garden Green's got that manufacturing license. About to get that banger in all forms, ladies and gentlemen. About to get some infused banger, some vapes and everything else. That's super dope, Josh, man. I love it, man. Thank you so much for always coming on, sharing, supporting independent cannabis your entire career, man. Always here to shine the light. And I just want to say thank you, brother, man. And if there's anybody that wants to get in contact with you, what's the most effective way to get to you, Josh? How do you prefer?
Josh@ggcan.com.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, right there for you. Big up to you, Josh. Thank you, my brother. I'm gonna see you later, man. I got to talk to you about that manufacturing license. So I'm gonna talk to you later, man. Yes, that's super dope, y'all. Super dope, man. My man Josh has been doing big things, man. I think he's got over 100 employees here at Garden Greens. That was over 100 employees, guys. They're doing it big. Yeah, man. Big up to them for always coming and representing. But I'm gonna pull up, man. I gotta pull up. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up Max real quick. We're gonna keep Thunder. We're gonna save Thunder for last because you know she gonna bring that fire, yo. So I'm gonna save Thunder for last. I'm gonna bring up my guy Max, man. Y'all heard me blowing him up at the beginning, man. Dope SEO. One of the only other guys that I know in SEO that's so thorough that I had to bring him on my stage. I'm an SEO guy, but he's so thorough that I brought him on my stage because that man knows his stuff inside and out. He's not afraid to share. He's just like me. He will take off the iron curtain, peel it back, and show you what's going on, not hide stuff from you. But that's how you make real partners. That's how you make real friends. That's how you make real relationships. It's not just about building client base. It's about building friends, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, throw those M's in the chat right now for my guy, Max. Put those M's in the chat right now for my guy, Max. Let's go. All the way from Arizona. No, you're in Texas. All the way from Texas, baby. He's all over the place, but he's originally from Jersey. So come on, put the M's in the chat right now. Elizabeth, New Jersey, by way of Texas and everywhere else. Put the M's in the chat for my guy, Max. Let's go. SEO. Let's go. Teresa Panacea, Sandy, Brett, big up to y'all. Let's go.
There we are. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Great. Good. I'm really good.
Oh, yeah. It looks cold out there, brother. You got that Scully on, man. Must be cold.
I mean, it's Texas, so it's really not. But I'm just, in my brain, it's November, so I should be wearing winter clothes. So,
hey, man. I know this weather's been bipolar for all of us, so I already know.
It really has. And today's one of those days where it's like it was the first day it got to like 50 something degrees here because last week it was like 90. So whatever.
My God.
I'm just like I'm in this like I'm just I don't know. I like it head down, hat on, keep all the thoughts inside in my brain. Otherwise, I'm just going crazy. What's good, bro?
Hey, man, it's so good to have you here, Max, man. So good that you finally, man, were on my stage, man, after knowing you so long, after being introduced from my girl, Teresa from Fantasy and Payroll, always looking out, man, connected us together years ago. We stayed in contact, guys. Again, relationships, right? Again, people you see on my stage, I've known them for years sometimes. We've been talking for years before they actually get on the stage, guys, and that's what it's all about. You got to build the relationship. So, Max, I want you first, man, because this was your first time on the stage. I know you've done a whole lot of conferences. You've seen a whole lot of everything. I want your opinion on what you thought about the Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference. How was it?
I'll be back. That's and that's the thing. It's hard to run a digital marketing company and go to events because there's always a disconnect. There's always like a blip, What I thought, I tried to go into each event with like a no expectations. I want to be pleasantly surprised, and I was floored. It wasn't just surprised; I was floored by just everything: the turnout, the energy, the interaction, the engagement, the speakers, the whole setup. It felt good. It felt good, and I'm not sure if it was just because I was back in Jersey or if it was. It was everything. You know what I mean? It was good all around. Yeah, it was great all around. I met some amazing people. Actually, I got to connect with Thunder. I got to connect with a bunch of people there, and it was just hands down. Like, I'll be back. Let's just put it that way.
That's what's up.
There are some events where I'm like, nope, never doing this again.
Right.
This was great. This was great.
Hey, brother, that is a major compliment coming from Max Juhasz, man, who does a bazillion trade shows. He's all over the place. He knows some of everybody, man. He's seen it all, done it all, man. So that is a phenomenal compliment, my brother. I really appreciate that, man. So, Max, I want you to now jump into it, man. Give everybody a little bit of background, man, on who you are, and what it is that you do.
Who I am and what do I do? My name is Max Juhasz. It's a Hungarian telemarketer's nightmare. But yeah, don't feel bad. You're not the only one that gets it wrong. What do I do? Essentially, my company, we focus on search engine optimization, which is essentially where you show up and how you show up when someone is searching for not just your brand, but also services or products or anything that you sell. Because that's really how people search. I think Gary, you're about my age. I'm not sure how old you are, but you know what I mean. But what I just read these memes where it's like 90s kids, you know what I mean, versus now. We've been trained now essentially to shop online. We've been trained now to GPS where we're going all the time, no matter what. You know what I mean? We've been trained to read reviews. We've been trained to go check the website. And that's just because as humans, like, we're looking for the easiest way to find what we're looking for. And that 9 times out of 10 is going to be Google. Okay. And if you don't show up on Google, you're not showing up for the majority of your target audience. Now, this goes if you're running a retail operation. This goes if you're running a cultivation operation as a brand. You know what I mean? This goes as a manufacturer. This goes as a service provider. This goes for anything, because most of the searches right now are happening on your mobile device versus your desktop device. Most of us now, it's like, hey, I went on stage, right? And it was basically, it's like, if you're looking for pizza, what are you going to do? You're going to type in pizza near me or the best pizza near me. Or if you're you're like, I just really love Domino's, or I have a specific pizzeria that I always eat at. You're going to Google that place. And when they show up, look, the first thing you're going to do is check out the menu and then click either call or get directions. And that's really it. You know what I mean? Or if it's a service provider, you're going to go to the website and read more about the company. There's social media for this industry. Look, I'm shadow banned. My entire platform is shadow banned, and I don't care because we show up on Google. I post a little bit on Instagram every once in a while just to mess around. Mostly it's memes and sharing stuff. Right. But the majority of what we do is all based around search engine optimization, how people find you. You know, and that's I think that's a lot of thing that a lot of times when people forget it's look, I grew up in Jersey. I was one of the promoters, and this is the thing, like, I didn't just grow up in Jersey. Like, I was involved in a lot of stuff that happened there. I was one of the original promoters for why can't I think of it now? I worked with the guys that did Lyricist Lounge. When we were promoting, when we were promoting parties in New York, we did we had the longest party at Limelight. We had the longest running hip hop party at Limelight. We did parties 5-6 nights a week, every night in between Jersey and New York. And back then, before the internet, what would you do? You handed out flyers, you went to campuses, you went to malls, and you passed out flyers. Hey, have you heard about the party? Come sign up. What's crazy is right around that time, email marketing came in. Right? Email marketing came in, and you could start doing your really nonsensical HTML or Flash or Adobe Flash websites, right? But the guys that started collecting emails, the guys that started setting up those email lists, the guys that started collecting, putting up the websites to promote stuff were the ones that stayed around, because it wasn't just word of mouth anymore. It was like, hey, now we have information. And it's the same thing you were talking about with Chris earlier. It's data, it's information. Information is powerful because, like, to keep customers coming back, look, we are bombarded every day with a bajillion ads, a bajillion messages, a bajillion things. If you're not top of funnel, if you're not on the top of somebody's mind, if your business and your brand is not there every day, if you're not sending out an email every day, if you're not getting visitors to your website every day, if nobody's talking about you, it's kind of like opening a store and not putting a sign up or not spinning the thing to say, hey, we're open.
Absolutely.
And that's essentially what we help businesses do. We help people find you. We help people, basically read reviews, get comfortable with you, trust who you are, and come in and shop with you. The rest is up to you. We can't control the customer's experience. We can't control the bud tenders. We can't control your inventory, but we can drive traffic to your business. And how you then, and then it's like, hey, it's kind of like we set up the dates for you.
Yeah,
You know?
Max, real quick. I want to ask you, because we're running out of time here real quick. I want to pop something in here real fast. So what would you say, man? Why would you say that SEO is one, and you guys hear me say this all the time, SEO is one of the most invaluable weapons we have as cannabis businesses. Why would you say SEO is that number one weapon in our marketers' tool chest? Why?
It's the only thing you own. You know, you own your website. If you bought your domain and you bought your website, it's the one thing you own. You don't own your Facebook page. You don't own your Instagram page. You do own your website domain URL. And I can tell you this, the way everything is optimized right now, type in anything, type in dispensary near me, your maps positioning and your website positioning, or even search yourself, search your brand, see how you show up. You know, this is what people trust. This is how people search. You don't go on Facebook to search for stuff. You don't go on other, you know what I mean? And especially if you've been shadow banned. It's the one thing you can control. It drives the most traffic. It is, I mean, I can't even tell you how many millions and billions of searches there are every single day. Voice search evolution, local maps listing search evolution, just where you are based on the positioning of your phone at the time of where you're searching dictates what the results are going to be that you get.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Max.
So that's the thing. It's like you can build a brand, you can build a following, but realistically, for you to maintain that and keep that going and keep it all rolling, run with Google, run with SEO, and it's a deep dive. I could spend 10 hours talking about SEO, but we've been doing it for 10 years.
Y'all see how passionate he is, right? Y'all see how passionate. This is the reason why I had to bring this man on stage, y'all. Y'all see I had to bring him on stage because he just spews. He's spewing this information, man. It oozes from him. You know what I mean? He's ready to just chop it up, man. We got to give him some more time so he can come on and share some insights. And that's what we're going to do, Max. I'm going to do a follow-up, man, webinar with you one day where we just go back to back and we go into some real deep technical insights, and talk about, differences between buyer keywords and research keywords, buyer intent, all that kind of stuff that you talked about on stage, man. So we can go a little deeper into it later. But brother, I know you're busy. And before we go though, let everybody know how to get in contact with you. Everybody who needs some SEO, how can they get in contact?
Dopeseo.com, Max at dopeseo.com, I at dopeseo.com. Hey, listen, there's a reason I chose Dope SEO. It's really simple to spell. You know what I mean? It's real. It's not like, hey, we've got the longest. It's whatever. It's
exactly
7 letters.com. It's dopeseo.com
instead of dope search engine optimization.com.
Oh, I own that too, but.
All right.
Realistically, like, look, I'm going for user experience here. It's like, what,
right? But you got to protect the brand. Get all your branded domains, ladies and gentlemen. And we're about to bring up Thunder Walker, the one who talks about internet real estate and domaining and how to bring those domain names and make money from them. But one of the things that we always do as brand owners, ladies and gentlemen, is buy every freaking domain name that's even every variation. You won't get close to Real Cannabis Entrepreneur any URL. I think I own damn near almost all of them. And every variation and every misspelling, I own a damn near all of them, guys, because that's what you do when you want to protect your brand.
Yep.
Yeah, for real. So Max, big up to you, brother. Big up. Thanks again, my dude. We'll talk soon, man. We're gonna put you back on soon, my dude.
All right, let's do it.
All right, peace. All right, y'all, we are ready now. We're ready for the grand finale. Thunder's in the building, baby. Thunder's in the building, baby. Thunder Walker. And any of you haven't experienced her, man, and you weren't at the show and you weren't at the conference, guys, you're in for a surprise, man. She covers so much great information. She talked a bit about how to be a cannabis appraiser. She's one who talks about digital real estate, trading domains. She's got her own dispensary in Oklahoma. She's doing a little bit of everything, guys. And that's the reason why Thunder, and big up to you for coming up for Oklahoma, representing in Jersey, supporting independent cannabis. So, guys, without further ado, I want you to put those T's in the chat. T's in the chat right now for Thunder. Y'all know what we do here at Real Canna. Throw the T's in the chat right now. We got to get enough in there so we can get it popping. Y'all already started. Somebody cheating in there. Who's cheating in there? Throw up the T's in the chat. Let's go. T's in the chat. Big up to you, Valerie. Big up to y'all, man. Always supporting, man. We got to get it on. Let's go. Without further ado, let's put Thunder on, ladies and gentlemen. Thunder Walker in the building. Let's go. What's up, Thunder?
Thank you, Valerie. Oh, I love that rain coming down. Valerie took it to the next level.
Yes, man. Yes, big up to all of y'all. Brett, Valerie, Teresa, Sandy, Jaleesa for blowing up Thunder, man, making it feel good, Joe. Big up to y'all, man, for making her come on. She spent her time coming up to school us in Jersey. We got to show her that love. That's right. Said Valerie got the storm clouds. Word. For real, for real. All right, what's up, Thunder? In the building, Thunder, my peoples, man. First up, Thunder, I want to first before we get into that. No, actually, I'm gonna ask you first because this was your first time on the stage. I can't even believe this was their first time on Real Cannabis stage, right? And this was, I think we met after the last one. That's right. So it couldn't happen last year. So this was the first year Thunder touched the stage. You guys saw in the webinars. We've done digital things, we've done virtual things, but now we got a chance to do it face to face, y'all. And everybody was so presently surprised, Thunder. You got such high ratings in our post-event survey in terms of speakers who was people's favorite speakers and all that kind of stuff. So,
cool.
Yes, man, you did really, 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 really well. So I want you to tell everybody, who you are and what it is that you do, Thunder.
I'm Thunder Walker. I own the Thunder Walker Experience. So the experience is pretty much my show, my host show that travels across the country, tying all the states together so everyone can explain and understand what cannabis is about in every state. I'm a judge and a cannabis appraiser, and I just kind of push people into their dreams. Whatever your dream is, I try to help you get there no matter what, because I think it's important to live our best life. So that's what I do in a nutshell.
Yeah, that was a real good nutshell because Thunder does a lot, y'all. That was an excellent nutshell right there. But anyway, Thunder, and this was your first time on a stage, and I got to ask you, man, I want your opinion. I know you've seen a lot, done a lot, been on a lot of stages. You're all over the place all the time. So I want to ask your experience. What did you feel about the Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference?
It was fire. It was truly fire. Everyone came to learn something, to know something, and to enjoy themselves. We shared on high levels all across the board, both days. It was amazing. The hotel was wonderful. Even the lunch was delicious. I had a great time. I really, really did. And, New Jersey has come along so far as their flower is concerned too. And so this time I actually enjoyed all the flower that I got too. I was like, come on, Jersey.
Let's go. I saw you collecting. I
was like,
yes, we had a good old time at the after party, y'all. If y'all missed that after party, I'm telling y'all missed it. This one was off the hook, man. It was super dope. All my people's in the building. All my vendors in the building. Thunder was in the building. How was the after party, Thunder? What did you think about the after party?
The after party was amazing. Shout out to the library for helping put that together. They always do such an amazing job. They actually did a masquerade ball one year I was there. So shout out to the library. Shout out to you. You were an amazing host, Gary. You were an amazing host.
Thank you, Thunder, so much, man. So glad that you were there this year, man, to tear it up and do it big. So, Thunder, so I want to ask you, you covered a lot of different topics and things like that when you were on stage. And I want to ask some of the ones that you want to cover here today, some of the things that you want to share, a couple of jewels that you want to drop on people that you dropped on stage here.
I think it's so important to still get that virtual real estate out there for yourself. You can go to any search engine and whether it's GoDaddy, Wix, buy a name and hold on to that. That's your first step into cannabis. It's something you can afford today, or into psychedelics. It's something that you can afford today. So think of that great name and purchase it. Go ahead and get your .com or your .ai and move into that direction. It's kind of like buying a keychain before you get the actual keys to the car that you want. It's going to step you where you want to go. And the other thing that I really want to talk about is actually owning a dispensary. I own a dispensary. I touch cannabis. I partner in a grow. Partnerships are very important, but they don't always work out. So you always have to figure out what's your next step. And it's okay, because this is living history. We are making history right now. So don't be afraid to make a mistake in this industry, because you can keep going. You can pick up and you can learn from anything. And I want people to understand not to be afraid, especially with the psychedelics. I think as we start moving into understanding how it helps us mentally, physically, it is going to be a wave that we are not going to be able to remove. And I think each state will end up accepting psychedelics quicker than they have accepted cannabis. So definitely put both feet in the water and let's run on top of the water, because we can do this.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it straight from Thunder, man. These states are going to be more receptive to psychedelics than cannabis, guys, because it's more closely aligned with Western medicine. Y'all keep hearing me say that, and we see that it's moving with leaps and bounds. It's actually on the ballot today. In Massachusetts. Big up.
Yes.
Mass, let's go. Everybody get out there and vote for psychedelics in Massachusetts. All my Massachusetts people on right now. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that today. They're voting on it on the ballot in Massachusetts. I need to send an email to all my Massachusetts people. Get out there and vote. Let's go, y'all.
Let's go.
We got it. It's very important, man. Very important. I know politics is wild. We all don't like to deal with it. You know what I mean? It's the lesser of two evils sometimes, guys. But some of those local things and other things are very important. It's actually more important than what you're voting on the higher level. It's the lower level, local level stuff that really makes an impact. So get out there, man. Even if you feel, if you're on the fence about the upper level, man, get out there and make sure you get some of those votes in on some of the other important topics and other things that are going to directly impact you and where you live. You know what I'm saying? So Thunder, what else, man? So let's talk a little bit about you were talking about being a dispensary owner in Oklahoma, and you've been integral in cannabis and doing a bunch. And I just wanted to get a little background of what started your whole trajectory into cannabis. I know everybody really has a story of where they started, and I don't think I've ever asked you that. So I want to ask, how did you get started? What made you go hard and say, this is what I'm going to do? This is where my focus is.
So, everyone has their hit in the throat. I got hit in the throat. I had a daughter that was disabled. My father was diagnosed with cancer. In the beginning, I saw cannabis just as a recreational type of enjoyment, pleasure, and I didn't realize just how much it could help my life and change my life. I was dealing with the stress, and most people that use cannabis, even when they were using it in the legacy market, they may not know it, but they are using it to deal with stress, right?
Nice.
And so
Right.
Right. So when my father was diagnosed with cancer and when I had a child with autism, I was looking for anything possible to help those that I love to have the best life that they possibly could have. Cannabis helped my daughter to the point where she doesn't speak. So she needed to have a form of communication. She could not use her iPad. She could not form any type of sign language, anything like that,
Wow.
because she had a nervous disorder too. Cannabis helps with that. And so not only is she using her iPad, she knows how to plug it in. She knows how to find all the different videos now. And she's doing so much better. She's 12. And we started the cannabis journey right about at age, I want to say around age 7 in Texas, which is the CUPS program. But I had to
Nice.
run to the border, baby. I had to run to the border because her doctor said, if you use cannabis, I am not going to be her patient anymore. And that was hard
Wow.
for me. And he was the doctor from birth, right? And so
Right.
I had to make a decision. Do you believe this doctor? Do you stop or do you run to the border? And I ran to the border of Oklahoma. My background is real estate. So I found a person that wanted to partner with me. We obtained 7 different licenses, whether it was processing, grow, all of that, and dispensaries.
Nice.
And of course, once again, as a single mom, got hit in the throat one more time. We had to part ways. And so I was lucky enough to retain Proud Mary, which is the name of my cannabis business. It's called Proud Mary Cannabis and Proud Mary Botanicals. What's so important about that is that Mary is every woman. And for me, it was like having a whole nother opportunity to help those that have issues in the community. Oklahoma is a big city. Oklahoma City is a big city compared to the rest of Oklahoma. There's a lot of rural areas in Oklahoma, but what I love about this particular state is that we got it right. It's a medical state, but it's the most closest to Rec S possible, which means that we got in for $2,500 per license, and there weren't a lot of requirements. And that meant everybody got in. And so a lot of times people get upset with that, but I say everybody got in. You got the single mom in, you got the people of color in, the indigenous people are in, the veterans are in. And yes, some bad actors got in, but sometimes when you open the door to let people in that deserve to get in, some of those bad apples are going to get in. And this bill was written by and presented by a Black female congresswoman, senator.
Wow.
And
Get
so
out of here. I didn't know that.
Yes,
That's dope.
Senator. Her name is Connie Johnson, Senator Connie Johnson. She's retired now, but in the United States, she is the only Black female senator that has produced a cannabis bill, and it happened right here
Wow.
in the great state of Oklahoma.
Wow. 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 Hold on, y'all. That's a dope history fact on election day.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I didn't know
So
that.
it matters who you vote for, and so when we move forward now in 2024, going into 2025. There's a moratorium on the licenses, so you can't actually get a new license right now. But education is the key, and I travel across the country making sure that people can get licensed in the state that they want to get licensed in. This is not hard, but you have to have real estate to do it. You have to understand real estate to do it. And the principles of cannabis is not just the smoke, and I'm going to teach about that in a second. It's also understanding compliance. So everybody that Gary had on earlier in front of me, they're going to help you understand compliance, and you need to be able to understand that. The last thing that I would suggest to people is start in your area, start applying to be cannabis judges. I'm going to be teaching a class. Hopefully I can work with you, Gary, on teaching a class about the smoke. And is it okay if I show something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So right now I'm judging for the Cowboy Cup. It's one of the biggest cannabis conferences and competitions in Oklahoma. But we have like 20 different types of flower that you have to judge, whether it's sativa or whether it's indica, indoor, outdoor, pre-rolls, all concentrates. There's all types of things, but you have to learn the bud structure. This is real science, guys. This is science. This is STEM.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how they water, how much sunlight. You have to see the bud structure, how it's trimmed. So it's more to this than just about the actual feeling that you have when you, the euphoric feeling that you have when you smoke cannabis. It's also about how it's going to affect the economy. So it's going to affect the community. It's going to affect based off of utilities, how much water is taken out of the system, and how much electricity is taken out of the system. So there's so much going on in this cannabis industry. Jump in where you fit in, and then start your process. That's from the 80s.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all see why I tell you Thunder is a force to be reckoned with. Bitch, he just dropped so many damn things on us so fast. Get y'all all ready. Educate you on multiple things. Schooled me on a historical, political fact as well on election day. Thunder, you just full of information, man. Everybody's like, I want to do that. I want to be a judge. Red's like, I want to be a judge. Red said he on his way to test right now. That's right. Everybody like, I want to test. I want to test, right? Yeah. Big up, man. Yes,
somebody got to do it. Somebody got to smoke all 20 of these within 30 days and give some judgment.
Man, for real. That is quite a lot, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be all the way ready. Get your mind right. Get your mind and your lungs right before you sign up. But Thunder, man, this is so super dope. I'm not going to hold you, man. I know you're super busy, man. We went over because everybody wanted to see you. We're going to have to do a follow-up. We got to do another follow-up webinar where we really get deeper because that first one was off the hook. We hadn't done a second one. We did one live on stage. Got you here to do a snippet. We're going to bring you back to do a full-length one later as well, man, so that we can really dive in. So big up to you. What's the best way for everybody to get in contact with you, follow you, support you? How can they do it?
Well, you can always go to my website, thethunderwalkerexperience.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram. I am Thunderwalker. I will message you back, and I want to see you guys grow. I want to see you guys do everything you want to do in this industry. The time is now. Take control.
Time is now, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it first. Thunder Walker in the building, baby. A force to be reckoned with. Big up. Thank you so much, Thunder, for always representing, always supporting independent cannabis, always pushing the agenda, always educating everybody out there, man. You are a force to be reckoned with. So I just want to say thank you once again, man. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of the day and the week, and we're going to holler soon, all right?
All right. Let's do it. Talk to you later.
All right. Peace, Thunder. Peace. Let's go. Everybody wants to be a judge. Everybody ready to be that judge. You know what I'm saying? Time is now. That's right, Teresa. Time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Sandy's like, he's a judge too. Everybody ready? I'm telling you, you're going to learn a lot from Thunder, man. She always brings it, always brings the truth every single time. So big up to everybody, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. We went a little over today because we had so much goodness in the kitty, man. And I just, have to say, man, every week we just continue to get more and more jewels. This is so dope that we have speakers like this that are willing to share all this insider information, hang out with us on their busy days and schedules to make sure that we get the proper information, man. Big up to all of y'all who also came through, man, and you guys always here representing on the webinar. Love you guys for always repping, man. Today's election day. Let's get out there and make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Let's support it. We can support, and let's try to get it popping for cannabis and everything else in the country, man. So big up to all of y'all once again. Real Cannabis Webinar, Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference webinars in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week with a recap number 4. We want to keep them going to continually bring you more information, ladies and gentlemen. So thank y'all again, man. Thank y'all again for showing up. Big up to you, Maria. Big up to you, Maria, for coming through, man. Big up to Sandy. Big up to Teresa. Big up to Brett. Big up to Taliba. Big up to all my people. Zach, man. All of y'all in the building, man. Big up to y'all for always coming through and representing, man. Valerie, you know what I'm saying, in the building. Jalissa in the building. Brett in the building. Who else is in the building? All of y'all in the building. And my man Tommy T in the building, man. Big up to all of y'all once again, man. We up out of here. That's another one. Real Canna webinar in the books, baby. Let's go. See y'all next week, man. Peace. Peace.